Tiny Monaco currently has the highest life expectancy on the planet, while Japan only ranks second. Who wouldn't want to know their secret to longevity? But the secret to longevity here isn't wealth or fancy food. It's an incredibly surprising habit that anyone can do. Don't miss this because you'll want to try it as soon as you find out. I'm Dr. Minions, a master of medicine specializing in emergency and critical care. Are you ready to discover this secret? If you're busy, please save this video to watch later. According to the latest reports from the WHO and the United Nations, Monaco currently leads the world in life expectancy with an average of 86.5 to 89.8 years. It's noteworthy that there are slight differences among various statistical sources, but Monaco consistently holds the #1 spot. Right after Monaco is Hong Kong, with an average life expectancy of 84.6 to 85.8 years, followed by Japan with 84.8 to 85.2 years. Singapore ranks fourth with 83.9 to 86.7 years. Monaco's secrets include the Mediterranean diet. Monaco benefits from its geographical location on the Mediterranean coast with a diet rich in olive oil, seafood, fresh vegetables, nuts, and whole grains. A 2022 study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging showed that populations adhering to the Mediterranean diet tend to live longer and healthier lives. The Mediterranean diet has the following effects: reduces systolic and diastolic blood pressure, prevents cardiovascular events, reduces the risk of death after a myocardial infarction, reduces the risk of obesity, has anti-cancer effects, benefits bone health, rheumatoid arthritis, and neurodegenerative diseases. Excellent healthcare system. Monaco has an outstanding state-funded healthcare system, and its high income allows citizens to access the best medical services. Low-stress environment. With over 30% of its population being millionaires, Monaco has a low level of stress and a high quality of life. And what about Japan, the country famous for longevity? What is their secret? Starting in the 1960s, as the lights were dimming on the battlefield, another war was just beginning. The Japanese government launched a silent revolution, a nationwide war against an invisible but dangerous enemy, hypertension. They realized the real monster wasn't poverty or war, but salt itself, something they had cherished for centuries. It was a magical time. When I, Dr. Minions, first read this story, I felt like I was watching a classic action movie. Before that, people in northern Japan could consume up to 20 to 30 grams of salt per day, a horrifying number that startled even me as a doctor. To give you a picture, that's the amount of salt equivalent to 5 to 6 teaspoons per day. Why was there such a strange difference? In the northern Tohoku region, the harsh climate forced people to preserve food with salt to get through winter. They ate salted fish, pickled vegetables, and even cooked rice with salty water. Meanwhile, in the southern Kinki and Chugoku regions, salt intake was only about 14 to 17 grams per day. Still high, but much more humane. Salt, sodium, entering the body performs a cruel drama. Sodium retains water, increasing circulatory volume, raising osmotic pressure, activating the sympathetic nervous system, and causing terrible vasoconstriction. The latest research shows that sodium not only directly impacts blood vessels, but also activates NAX channels in the brain, special sodium sensors in a brain region without a blood-brain barrier. When sodium levels rise in the cerebral spinal fluid, it activates the sympathetic system, increasing the concentration of endogenous ubiane, a substance that can cause potent vasoconstriction. The Japanese government carried out a true revolution. They not only educated the public, but also organized community blood pressure screening campaigns everywhere, from cities to rural areas. They changed food policies, encouraged the use of refrigerators instead of salting food, and developed transportation systems to deliver fresh produce. The result? Average salt intake decreased by 3.8 grams per day, and the mortality rate from cerebral hemorrhage dropped sharply in the 1970s. So what about their diet, doctor? You've heard of Japan's nutritional spinning top, a design very different from the Western nutritional pyramid. It looks like a traditional spinning top with food tiers arranged from top to bottom, according to recommended consumption levels. The base of the top is grains, like rice, noodles, and bread, making up 5 to 7 portions a day. Next are vegetables with 5 to 6 portions, then meat and fish with 3 to 5 portions, and at the top are milk and fruit with 2 portions. What's the special point? The proportion of red meat is very low, but the amount of fish and soy products like tofu and miso is very high. Fish provides omega-3, EPA, and DHA, essential fatty acids that help reduce inflammation, improve the endothelial function of blood vessels, and protect the heart. The Japanese consume 140 pounds of fish per year, about 63.5 kilograms, while Americans consume only 15 pounds, or 6.8 kilograms. Soy provides isoflavones, plant compounds with estrogen-like effects that help improve blood vessel function and reduce bad cholesterol. They drink unsweetened green tea daily, a rich source of catechins, extremely powerful antioxidants. Research shows that catechins can protect the skin from UV rays, fight aging, and reduce the risk of cancer. Basically, it's a diet low in saturated fat, low in salt, and rich in fiber and antioxidants. A study from the National Center for Global Health and Medicine in Tokyo showed that people who follow this diet have a 15% lower risk of mortality. And there is an even deeper secret from Okinawa, one of the world's legendary blue zones. There, people live by a 2,500-year-old mantra from Confucius, Hara Hachi Bu, only eat until you are 80% full. This is the deliberate battery draining method I often talk about. Voluntarily cutting about 10 to 15% of daily calories has been scientifically proven to activate longevity genes and slow down the aging process at a cellular level. Research by biochemist Clive McKay at Cornell University from the 1930s proved that caloric restriction could extend lifespan in animals. Okinawans don't eat to please their palate, they eat to nourish their bodies. 90% of their diet is plant-based, especially purple sweet potatoes, a superfood packed with anthocyanins, a powerful antioxidant. They consume less than 1% of fish, meat, and dairy products, focusing mainly on vegetables and beans of all kinds. Hara Hachi Bu is not just an eating habit, but a life philosophy. It originates from Buddhist and Confucian philosophy, emphasizing moderation and respect for the body. Okinawans believe this way of eating maintains a perfect balance between nutritional needs and the body's digestive capacity. The results of this practice are astounding. Okinawans have the highest average life expectancy in the world, with a 6 to 12 times lower rate of heart disease, 2 to 3 times lower rate of colon cancer, 7 times lower rate of prostate cancer, and 5.5 times lower rate of breast cancer compared to the US. They have a BMI of 18 to 22 compared to 26 to 27 in the US, and consume 1,800 to 1,900 calories as opposed to 2,200 to 3,300 calories in the United States. Research by scientist Yoshida Iwase found that people who live past 100 without dementia often practice Hara Hachi Bu. Eating only until you are 80% full helps reduce oxidative stress, decrease inflammation in the body, and improve neurological indicators in the elderly. This secret not only helps control weight, but also improves digestion. When the stomach is not completely full, it has more space to perform digestion faster and more efficiently. Conversely, if you eat until you are 100% full, the stomach stretches and requires more food to feel full. However, the biggest challenge today is the invasion of Western fast food. The younger generation in Okinawa no longer reap the health benefits of the traditional diet. This warns us that the modern lifestyle is threatening precious health traditions. So, there you have it. Japan has proven that it is possible to change the health destiny of an entire nation through education, public policy, and the determination of each individual. The mortality rate from stroke has decreased by 70% in 30 years, and the mortality rate for heart disease has decreased by 20%. It is a public health miracle that the world should learn from. And if you don't know how to lower your blood lipids without medication, click on the link to this video.